everyone, this is AlphaAli. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing okay. So today I'm doing a VOD review. This is actually for BB. BB is such a lovely member of my community, has recently, come in. Very kind of talkative whenever they do come in. Always love seeing them there. And we're doing a VOD review for them today. This is Plat 3 on console, so we got another Plat Mercy VOD review. And we're using the mage skin with the cute little lucky cat. I'm not a massive fan of the mage skin, I'm sorry, but it's just, my personal opinion. And I guess we'll just end up just going into the VOD as we haven't really given any other notes and stuff, so I'll essentially just kind of go in and see basically what I can kind of pick up on. Once again, you can get your own VOD reviews for 5,000 channel points. I do them on Mondays, but I also stream on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. They're just basically me stream my own games basically. You can essentially just sit and you can come and talk to my lovely community. Of course, you're more than welcome to come and sit and just lurk and just enjoy the streams and the gameplay basically. I do also give a lot of tips as well for when I'm actually playing. So if you guys have any questions, I'm more than welcome to answer it. And sometimes that's why I do kind of talk through my gameplay sometimes, because I know a lot of people like that. So yeah, so looking at this game. We seem to have ourselves a Zarya, a Soldier, a Junkrat, and a Lucio. Now, we are running Mercy Lucio even, which is not an ideal, in fact, it's probably one of the worst support comps you can have. The reasoning for this is because obviously there is very little healing to be shared around, and it actually requires you as Mercy to have a lot of sustainability yourself, because you don't have that second support for you to peel back to. For example, say you're running Mercy Honor and you take a bit of damage and you could just quickly GA back to your Honor to get a bit of health. You can't really do that with Mercy Lucio because Lucio takes so long to be able to heal up to full, so you really have to take advantage of those health packs and your own positioning as it is. But it's still doable, especially with the kind of team that you have. It is doable. I feel as though if you didn't have your Soldier and you had someone else, I would definitely recommend switching off. But we'll end up seeing how it works out. So already heading out, which is really, really nice. I'd start off damage boosting the Soldier, which is exactly what you're doing. Oh, okay. Nice res though. My other thing is that if you want to try and help your Lucio here, this needs to be kind of a GA in, get your beam on as soon as you can, and depending on your sensitivity, if you have quite a high sense, you can just flick it round and go back, or if you have a lower sense, you can just do a backwards GA. The only issue with a backwards GA is obviously it's a little bit slower, but it then means that essentially it stops you from kind of being hovering about in this kind of zone here, because it puts you very vulnerable to this Ashe basically that has just got your I think ended up shooting it and obviously got hit with Junkrat spam and stuff. Obviously, lovely res with the cover though, cannot fault that, really, really great. And we'll see what you end up doing. So got to go and help Zarya, really, really nice. Lovely use of cover. Okay, instead of GAing straight up here, because obviously I love how you use this box here and helping. If you just go help this Junkrat though, you either need to GA up straight to him, or you need to use the angled slingshot, where essentially you use your Zarya and come and help heal him up like this. And we've already seen kind of the issues that we have with Mercy Lucio. The fact that your Zarya has died while you're going to do this. Love how you're coming back though. Once again, really nice use of cover. We just need to make sure that we're doing that moves a little bit quicker to get around. Obviously, can't do anything for your Lucio here. You can J in though. Really nice thing, just same thing, just use that backwards. Make sure you J yourself backwards. But once again, really love appeal for him. And two people already died again. This is really, really unfortunate, kind of circumstance. I would not go in and res here. Yeah, you do not want to go in and res here, right? Because essentially, if you go in and res, this is very kind of far out. If he was a little bit close to these boxes, I would say, yeah, 100% do it. But he's a little bit far out. You going far out is going to put you so much risk, to this this spam and stuff like that from obviously your the Soldier, sorry, not the Soldier, the Ashe and the Junkrat and everything. So this is very much just a lost cause. Just wait for people to respawn and just do stuff, okay? Because your Zarya ends up dying. I think she got booped off. Let me quickly just rewind it just to check. But I think she ended up getting booped off. So obviously he talks about this. Going to back to damage boost Soldier. Damage boost is really, really good. Cannot fault you on it. Really, really nice. So I can see you looking for it. Just leave it. Lovely damage boost on your Soldier. Really nice helping your Zarya there. Oh, okay, yeah, she does end up getting booped off the map, which you can't do anything about. You're on more of it now, which obviously helps a lot more. Your Junk ends up dying again after being rezzed, which is quite funny. But lovely use of cover right now. Really, really nice. Lovely damage boost as well. Cannot fault this damage boost. It's really, really nice. I love as well how you're only using your GAs when you need to. This is a really good habit to get into, especially with GAs longer cooldown compared to how it used to be. Really nice healing. Really lovely B priority. Heal junk though. Really nice. Lovely use of cover once again. You don't need to really heal your Moira there because she can like, she's very kind of like far back and stuff. I would literally, instead of, because what ends up happening is you end up kind of looking back at your Moira that's lost a little bit of HP rather than you going around to go and help this soldier, because this soldier's going to go in visor without you, okay? So what should happen here is basically you can just kind of just like you can obviously go and like heal people, because obviously your Moira's been like boot backwards with like the javelin and stuff. You can obviously go and heal the Sigma, and then as this soldier goes and crosses, you just GA with him. You can GA across this bridge and stuff, and you could essentially just kind of like play in this room. You can also kind of, if you can make it, I don't know if you can with like your, depends on obviously like the GA meter and stuff. But you can either GA and just play back here, or you can, if you can, GA over into here, because this would be best case scenario, but obviously it depends on like your thingy usage, because then it means that you're with this soldier. Look how of amazing visor this soldier has, because he's got he's got like 3 people right in front of him that he's able to is able to shoot right now. So we're gonna end up seeing what's happening. You nearly have your Val, which is really great. Use Val to go and help him. Like that though, that's a really nice choice for you to do. To help his Sigma. Oh, okay. Just make sure that you've still got your eyes on him. Really nice. Lovely res as well afterwards. Really good. I don't think you could really do any more to save him. Just make sure you try to like keep your eyes on him on the just in case though. But other than that, really, really great. Nice Valk as well, because obviously we don't have to follow it up on it, so we use the best case scenario, which is using the what's called the Valk. So anyways, nice, obviously damage boost at the beginning here. If you, okay, I was about to say, I'll comment on the Junkrat's higher in a sec, right? If you ever want to be kind of pushed up and helping people here, you either need to be playing really like under, like basically this side, or I see like the better one is playing around here. The reasoning is because you can then also help your hit scans who will normally like come and flank over here and like shoot out people main, but it also means that you are like really far back enough to quickly peel back to people. There's a lot, like, so much, like, nice cover that you can do around here, like, specifically, like, crouching behind these, like, big, like, pedestal plants and obviously, like, around the statue and stuff, rather than you just being stood out in this open bit right now. Now, we do have the tire. I'm going to see what you end up doing with the tire. Because where it is, I feel as though it's going to be, like, very directed at you. Really nice GA away. Really good. Nice GA as well. Ooh, okay. You need to commit there with your soldier, though. Lovely, lovely. Okay. I just want to quickly pause this here, okay? Because I feel as though you're healing a little bit too much at this point. Okay, this is a lovely GA to get back in, like, do not get me wrong. And I love, obviously, how you GA to go and be with your soldier. At this point, give that soldier his confidence and blue beam him. Because he can essentially just push forward into these guys, because obviously the tanks are, like, pushed up. The reason why you don't need to peel back for your Sigma here is because he has that Moira with him. And Moira, is, obviously, as we just said, had Coalescence. Now, obviously, he does end up kind of peeling back and win down damage boost and Coalescence. Really, really good beam priority. Once again, cannot fault you on that. Really, really great. The Coalescence just as, like, gone in my replay viewer, which is really funny. Obviously, lovely use. Just same thing again with the damage boost usage. We just need to pop it on a little bit more. Nice damage from the junk though. And then, same thing again, you now essentially want to fly over to this soldier, which I'm hoping you see. You don't. Okay. At this point, you essentially want to help the soldier take his off angle. So it's fine with you obviously playing down here. You would now want to help the soldier with his off angle and fly in to go and help him. The reason is because your Moira can just really help like this main area, because she can just heal these guys. Junkrat's going to be fine where he is, and if he just end up getting dove, he'll just back off. And then at that point, he'll either peek the side to help with the Moira, or you can also go and help. But your kind of job essentially here is to just go with the soldier and help with that flank. Alright? We don't kind of staying up and obviously staying with this Junkrat. Once again, nice damage boost as soon as he's full HP. Really nice. Same thing again here. You don't need to be healing your Sigma here. You can actually damage boost him. Just damage boost. Nice tire by your Junkrat. You're sort of just taking up the high ground now, okay? This is really nice. Obviously, you're playing main with him. Just be sure that you're aware that he's up there, because then, obviously, as soon as he starts to peak, you can then go up there. Really nice how you stay with your team here, though, instead of just, like, following him round. Because I see a lot of Mercies, like, they kind of take pockets into, like, a very kind of, like, literal level, which is the reason why I don't like the term pockets in. I prefer the term main blue beam target. because it kind of gives the idea of you shouldn't really be with them like 24/7. Like, for example, there's no need to go and rotate with him like right now, because you obviously have a different rotation that you can make, and it also allows you to try and help clear up some of these staggers around here with your blue beam while he's rotating out of action. And then obviously you know he's going to be there to go and re-blue beam as soon as you get the opportunity. But really, really nice damage boost. Lovely ping as well to let people know that he's up there. But what we do end up realizing is that he's up there. Nice healing though. Just throughout that entire scenario, just remember that your soldier's up here. So what you can do is, instead of you end up like kind of like GAing out here or something, which basically puts you very vulnerable to the what's called the remarcher, and then you do a singular super jump up to here. You could have avoided these two like entire like movements by just realizing your soldier's up here. Just GA yourself up, play yourself back while your GA refreshes onto this high ground, and then you can then go in and obviously help your Sigma and stuff like that. But just remember, he's still there as that extra option, okay? But we'll keep going. He has his visor again, so obviously we should be there to help damage boost that in a second. And I would still be with your soldier right now. You see how he's up there and he's got like such a good angle right now? Like that high ground is really, really strong for soldiers. Obviously, I like how you damage boosted Junkrat here though as well. Really nice damage boost on your soldier now. Really, really good. Nice use of cover. Just drop back behind it. Very nice. Don't super jump here, because obviously you don't know what's going to be coming. You just need to just play your covers. Ooh, okay. Let's quickly just rewind this, because I feel as though you doing these mini super jumps is not doing anything to help you with your position, okay? So, obviously this is fine. Playing your cover, really, really nice. We do end up obviously getting ourselves a little bit tangled. That's fine. We realize we have to go behind the point. Really good, like, knowledge. This is where it starts to go a bit wrong, okay? We do not need to be super jumping here, okay? Because this is already putting yourself out in this dangerous LOS, and then you do this a few times, which is where you kind of get a bit fumbled in a second, right? You can literally just stay kind of crouched down, like on this bridge, up until obviously this cart kind of passes a little bit more. At that point, you want to kind of like GA across, and then you just want to help out the soldier, okay? So I'm just going to quickly just kind of like go through it, right? So obviously we're staying with the soldier, really, really great. And then it's this super jump here that kind of puts you at risk, okay? Doing these mini super jumps increases your GA cooldown so much, but it's really, really necessary. This is fine that you're rotating here, that's awesome, but you do not need to be on this point. You could just rotate and just kind of play back here. I would recommend maybe more playing with your soldier kind of like back here, more to be fair, because then he could obviously have like a really good angle. Say if like the Ash comes up onto this high ground, you can then essentially have the blue beam on, he could just like annihilate people like straight away. You essentially just want to kind of play back here, rather than just kind of like super jumping and playing around this point, when as Mercy, honestly, as Mercy, you should never really be pushing the payload, because you always get like better damage boost potential by like pushing forward with people. The only time you should really be on it is if the people that are pushing forward, say for instance you have a team of like Ball, Tracer, Soldier, yourself, and another support. I can't think of another support off the top of my head, but like any other support basically. Say the Ball or the Tracer are pushing forward and you're with the Soldier on the point, that is a fine time to push the point. Apart from that, there is very few times that you just want to be pushing the point as Mercy, because you want to be getting that like damage boosted as much as possible. So you literally just need to just play back here, play with the Soldier, and just damage boost round back here. Because it's this next little mini super jump that ends up you getting caught out, and you're like, oh my goodness. We pop the Valk, which is fine. With this Valk though, remember, we don't want to fly all the way up to the other side. We don't want to fly all the way up to the skybox. That's what I'm trying to get at. Oh my gosh. I can't get my voids out. You essentially, when you want to Valk this, you Valk, and you basically just want to kind of play round back here. This is a point where there's unfortunately not a lot of cover unless you're onto this high ground. But you don't want to play this high ground because obviously you know there's Junkrats here. So essentially, when you pop this Valk, just GA to someone and GA to play around here. Okay? Then what you want to do is you want to obviously damage boost the flux upwards, which I think you ended up doing, which is really nice. Obviously ends up healing. We're looking for that res. Still can't get it off. Don't abandon your Sigma though. Oh, okay, we abandoned the Sigma. Okay. Remember in Valk that we have extended beams. So basically I love obviously that you're still kind of hanging up here, but just obviously same thing again, play around this cover. And these beams I think should also reach these guys over here. So you can just still sit here and keep your Sigma up. Because you abandoning your Sigma here is where the team fight kind of like gets a bit weird, because essentially you end up kind of leaving your Sigma. If you kept up your Sigma here, you're actually upping people. Because they've just lost 2, they just lost their Ashe, and they've also lost their Kiriko. If you can keep this Sigma up of your heal beam and keeping it on him instead of abandoning him, it basically means that he is still there to really help pressure the what's called the Ramatcha that's being really aggressive right now. And as your Valk kind of comes to an end, you can also go and peel back to these guys. But essentially your job at this very moment in time is literally just to play with your Sigma. Okay? Which it feels like you just have to kind of like abandon him a little bit. Love the GA out though. Really nice. Same thing again, we're kind of like jumping ourselves like into like danger and stuff like that. At this point, you want to be pushing up top. Really like lovely rotation. You realise that. Really, really nice. Playing with your soldier here is great. Like, it's very obvious that you kind of like, you know obviously like how to rotate and like be with him and stuff. That's really, really good. He's pushed with him though. Lovely. Like pushing that damage boost all the way up to the point he comes back. That is beautiful damage boost. Beautiful. Like you could have not played that fight any better. That was really good damage boost. Like wait for him to drop back before you healed. So good. Cannot fault you on that. Really, really great. The same thing again with the mini damage boost. Sorry, the mini super jumps. Just stop doing that. Nice. I think you could improve on this positioning a little bit by just hugging this wall some more. The reason is because you kind of playing here means if anyone drops main, like in front of this payload basically, that they could just focus you. Instead, if you just kind of tilt yourself so you're playing off on this angle over here instead, it then basically means that, what's it called, like everyone that, if anyone comes and like drops down main, that essentially you won't take any like access damage. You can essentially just like play off to the side. But we'll keep going. The same thing again with the what's it called, the GAs. Love how you managed to get into that cover, but it would have been better if you, instead of doing like that mini super jump, you actually use that to get around that cover. Lovely. Lovely rotation into the cover again. Really, really nice. Really good. Stick and just keep up with damage boosting people. Really nice heals. Obviously on the Sigma. Great. I would not be playing on this side. The reasoning is because you essentially just don't want to be on this side ever. Like you basically want to play this side. The reasoning is because obviously if you need to help people main, you can peek through main, and also if people start to back off, you can also like kind of help around here. You being over here only gives you one option to go and help people, and if people obviously like come and like dive you using this angle, it also doesn't really give you like good escape routes. So you actually playing here gives you a lot better escape routes or like to help your team. It means you have the option of going main, but also if people start pushing in main, you can rotate back around to come and help here. And you can also, if obviously the team ends up going sour, just pull out your pistol and just walk down here. Alright? But keep going. Let's see, D.Va gets nanoed. We end up abandoning soldier because of it. We essentially do not need to go in there. You can just stay back with your soldier. Really nice damage boost though. Easy notice the bomb. Love how you know where it is. Really nice. We do not need to Valk here though. This Valk's a little bit too early. Because I'm going to tell you when you can Valk, alright? That's res. You could Valk now, basically. Or like Valk like for the res. I feel as though we Valk a little bit too soon because you're already up in picks and the team's backing off. Really nice though. Lovely ping as well the soldier, like letting them know that he's there. Really nice helping the soldier again. Sadly, he ends up getting dove, that's fine. You don't have res. Let's just rewind this super quick because I don't know whether we could have some better position in here. So, okay. So once this Valk ends, you essentially just want to kind of think to yourself, what's the best cover that I can have? In this scenario, it would probably be like hiding around here and just jiggle peeking this wall like this and just helping like damage boost and everything. Once again, mini super jump that we don't need. Love the ping though. Really nice cover again. Okay, I think it's this GA across the point that ends up like basically, you know, like kind of getting you killed here, right? You do not need to across this point. I know obviously you want to go and help your soldier, like, do not get me wrong. But you GAing across like this and then not doing an extra slingshot to get yourself back over to here is the thing that's actually kind of messing you up right now. Because I think what ends up happening is you end up kind of GAing and then getting yourself like stuck like with your junk right here while your soldier dies. And then obviously the D.Va sees you. It's like, oh, that's my next opportunity, right? You want to try and get away from the D.Va as quickly as you can. So your two options are, obviously, if you're still playing in here, what could happen is if you still have your beam on your soldier, you can keep the beam on and do like a wall bounce to get yourself around here. Or you do obviously the option that you just did, but when you get to this opportunity, when you get to out here, which is where obviously you Jane too, you then just do an extra slingshot just to get yourself back around here. Okay? It does mean that you're out of the team fight for a little bit, but hopefully people should turn around and realize the D.Va's like, you know, on you and stuff like that. It means it gives more chance, and also you being on higher HP, for people to come and peel for you. Because what ends up happening is he ends up getting picked off, and then you get a little bit stuck, and then you know, you go across, and then you end up dying because she ends up obviously getting that boosters back and diming you. I feel like you have to take a little bit of damage as well from the back, which would have been avoided by just rotating around there. But it's all good. I feel like that was your first death, which is really impressive to be fair. We're just heading back now. Lovely GA through the sides as well. Once again, lovely damage boost on your soldier. Whenever you're here though, you basically just don't want to kind of like back off here. The reason is because soldiers tend to hold, or like hit scans hold this high ground quite a lot. I love this GA around here. That's awesome. Just stay here. Because you hopping over here is now hopping yourself into this like, you know, LOS of the enemy, right? You can literally just stand here. What's going to happen is your soldier will then want to take that high ground himself, use his visor and push him. So all you will do is essentially just go around and follow him at this point. Lovely ping though, but you basically backing off to do that ping is now actually keeping yourself from being with that soldier. If you like basically followed through and were with him, you could be with him straight away. A little bit too early on the super jump. And does your soldiers getting dove? Okay, ends up leaving him. You see how lost we end up getting now because of that? Lovely cover though. We end up getting like really, really lost because of that. And we should just die now. Ooh, okay. Okay. I'm going to talk you through basically what should have happened in this fight, okay? So. G out, really, really nice. Okay, what I would do is I would hug the wall here, play over here. This allows you then to basically be with your soldier. We follow the soldier, we follow the soldier. GA over to here to make it a little bit quicker. We follow the soldier. We play up here with the soldier, allow him to like take that angle and stuff like that. We still play with him over here. This basically means when this D.Va comes and dives him, obviously he gets knocked out, that is fine. What happens is as soon as you see he's been knocked out, normally what would happen is obviously he like would stand his own ground and stuff like that, but he's ended up being knocked out, that's fine. Bam. GA, and you can GA yourself back around here to be in this cover, okay? You then essentially get a little bit lost because you're like, where is he? He's actually just behind you now. So that's fine. So what would happen is obviously you would rotate around, realize he's there. It would then basically mean you stood here. It would then realize, oh my gosh, there's visors here. Bam, into this cover. Which is kind of, you end up like going into that cover anyways, and you end up kind of walking like around, which is really, really nice. And then you try to get your beam on, that's fine. We now need to look at the kill feed and realize there's only 20 seconds left. Okay. You going in to res this Sigma is not going to work because you flying in, you're currently flying into 4 along with a Kitsune rush. You are not going to get this res off. What you need to be doing instead is you now need to, once you realize the Sigma's gone, you just need to back off, and then you now need to look to try and be with your soldier. Because if the soldier could win his 1v1 and then you're with him, then you essentially could just, what's it called? You could just play around here and just damage boost like this, okay? But instead we end up basically trying to go in and res in, and everyone's there basically with the Kitsune rush. So you just need to kind of play back and just go and help your soldier at that point. Your soldier also has visor, so if he wins that 1v1, he can then go in with the visor. So we have 10 seconds left. Hopefully you should be able to go and retouch. We have Blizzard, so obviously we're looking out for that. Soldier ends up dying. We're gonna go again a little bit caught. And we don't undertouch him. That's fine. Because honestly, I feel as though, right? BB, you're playing really, really well, okay? Your damage boost usage is beautiful. There's only a certain few points where I would flick it on a little bit sooner. But apart from that, damage boost usage is amazing. Your use of cover for the majority of the time as well is really, really great, okay? Reses, I feel as though like reses we need to work on a tad, like just knowing like when we can res and when we can't res. And I feel as though like there are certain points where I feel as though like we're not being a bit aware enough, if you get me. Like there should be certain points where obviously you should look up to the high grounds and think, where's my soldier? You know, try to think to yourself like, okay, if I was playing soldier, or if I was playing the enemy that obviously, you know, that's on there, where would I like to play? And a lot of the time on these maps, you'll want to play these high grounds. So just always try to check up on those high grounds and think to yourself, where is my over DPS so I'm able just to peel up there just for someone a little bit safer. Your Valk usage is okay. Just remember with our Valks, we need to use cover a little bit more. Specifically, obviously, with like the one just past obviously where the cat first point and stuff, we talked about that. And your positioning obviously once again really, really great. So anyway, BBs, we're gonna keep on going. Unfortunately, I can't skip it forward any quicker, so we're just kind of basically waiting for this next team fight to start. So same thing again, you would just want to kind of play with your soldier right at this beginning bit. Love how you're positioned right now. This is great. Okay. The other thing is that you can afford to literally just play. You can literally sit on this chair. No, obviously not like literally, like, you know, using the emote or something. But you can literally just stand right the way back here. Because then, because if you're kind of rotating around here, you're opening up that, can you see this high ground archway, like there? Like that one? It's really hard like to kind of show, because unfortunately I can't like ping it or like do anything. Okay, this archway. This is the main archway for Widowmakers to peek, okay? And if you end up kind of accidentally moving around slightly over to that side by like, you know, just like, you know, doing little hops around and stuff, because obviously as Mercy, you know, it's always really good like to keep moving and everything. If you end up essentially like accidentally looking at this window, you're dead, okay? So you literally just want to hug that wall as much as possible. But apart from that, all really good so far. Love this damage boost, usage onto your soldier, really, really great. Obviously your Bap's here as well to help, which is really, really lovely. Obviously his main job is obviously to help kind of heal main, so you can literally stand up on here on this high ground and just help. The nice heals. As soon as he puts that heal pad down though, you can literally just put on the damage boost. Okay, you never ever want to rotate around here. Nice how you got out though, but let's talk about how we can do this safely, okay? So, we just stand here. Soldier drops. You can just drop down here. It saves you from essentially just, what's it called? Because you slingshotting yourself all the way back here is going to put you at risk for if the D.Va starts to dive you and stuff like that. You did make the best out of a good scenario though by obviously coming around and GAing around here. But you, once again, GAing across here is putting yourself at risk to all these enemies. So actually, it's so much safer if you just literally just stay here. Oh, my soul just dropped. I could drop with him and drop down here. Even if you can literally just carry on stand up on this high ground as well if you like really wanted to. It's actually probably better if you actually just stay up on this high ground, to be honest. But obviously if you do want to drop, you can drop. But it's honestly, you just can just stand up here and just blue beam everyone here. Obviously being careful of like main and stuff. So the damage boost is already a bit really, really nice. Switching to soldier, which is really, really great. Lovely wall bounce or like wall prop jump, whatever you want to call it. That was really good, basically. Keeping the blue beam on. Sorry, keeping the beam on. I'm doing that. Really, really great. So now we need to back off. Beautiful to obviously keep them alive and stuff. Like, it's very obvious that obviously you know kind of like how to use Mercy's kit. Once again, really nice rotation. Now back with your soldier. Really nice. Come on, right now. Same thing again where you're leaving your soldier. Just honestly, just stay with your soldier there. Your, what's it called? Your BAP can help, like, there. When that's one's going to super jump up. My only issue with you super jumping up here is this high charge sojourn and stuff like that. You can kind of realize that, oh, like, my BAP's going to have a lamp, and BAP can also jump up vertically. So you're not as, compared to, like, obviously before when you were trying to help your soldier, you're not as desperate to try and help here because of this sojourn. Obviously, you can see how high charge she is as well, right? You essentially just want to kind of play back here. Obviously, you can help out and stuff, but I would do the jump that you wanted to do it kind of over here instead, rather than obviously doing it like directly main in front of people. But you can basically kind of like let your BAP kind of do the work there. Another kind of option you can do here is you can obviously, because what's going to happen is normally you can shoot down the main wall with like a lot of damage and stuff. So you can actually blue beam, say like your soldier and stuff like that to try and help bring it down to allow your Zarya to pass through. I'm not on you. So I'm going to rotate him up onto the high ground again. Once again, really, really nice. Loving your use of high grounds. It's a really nice rotation. Go with this top. Lovely. Really nice. Same thing, I would just jump in main. Just be sure when you're using the super jump, just be sure that you're going up to that high ground when you're using it. I'm gonna say something to you now, actually, just while I think about it, with you doing this like mini like super jump Spider-Man and stuff like that, because some of your super jumps are really great and you're using it to position. But as the great Niandra always says, right, use your super jumps to reposition and not positioning. What Niandra means by that, obviously you don't know Niandra, by the way. Niandra, they are an extremely like really good like Mercy player. Like they know Mercy down like to the T, right? And they basically say this saying of using super jump to reposition rather than positioning. The reason is because, right, if you're using a super jump to position, like to reposition, it gives you more and better coverage rather than you doing it to position, because actually you super jumping to position is actually going to make you more vulnerable than you doing it to reposition and to get yourself onto a better high ground. All right, so with these super jumps, try to only use it if you want to reposition and use it as you're repositioning rather than the position itself. Okay, but I just wanted to quickly like add that in there because I've seen you quite a bit now just like spamming it, when in reality you could literally just like stay up on those high grounds or like just stay on the floor. So obviously we see the Sojourn, really nice how you backed out here. Just back out main. Yeah, we needed to do that a little bit sooner, like backing out there. Just kind of realize you cannot cross there. It then means that you can essentially help get up a little bit sooner. See that Sojourn, we should also kind of realize there that we can see that Sojourn's going to like obviously want to come up and challenge our soldier. So once we do kind of get up into this high ground, we then basically want to hold here. The reason why I want to hold here is, and obviously jiggle peek this wall, is so once again you're out of LOS of this Sojourn. You can literally just jiggle peek like this. But we keep going. Obviously end up taking a little bit of damage by her. Win of Valkyrie. This is fine, Valk. I like this Valk. Damage boost, nice. Lovely res on your Zarya. Really, really great Valk. Cannot fall that Valk. Only little thing I could do with that Valk. Leave that Junkrat's healing to the end of your Valk. Because all you have is that 2 seconds. It's a completely safe fight at this moment. Literally leave it to the end of the Valk and then heal him up, because it'll give you some extra ult charge for your next Valk. But apart from that, really good Valk. So he wants a damage boost here and then just head it up. That one, that could have been basically, instead of you just like kind of GAing and then coming out here, that could have been a GA and then use a vertical jump to get yourself up onto this high ground, and then you can carry on play with your soldier here. Because now you're going to have to wait for that cooldown to be back on before you can then go up to your soldier, alright? You could basically make that a 1-step process instead of a 2-step process. It could also be that you could also heading around the back rather than heading around the front, which once again leaves you vulnerable to people. A little bit of healing. Once again, lovely damage boost to the soldier again. Just want to hug that wall a little bit more than what you're doing. Apart from that, really good use of damage boost. Lovely healing again. Really nice damage boost. Ooh, okay. We do not need to be down here. And I feel as though this is just kind of this is kind of like a mismovement from your behalf. You do not need to be down here whatsoever. You can just stay up on here with your soldier and just carry on beaming him like this. This basically means that when people are shattered, you normally will basically want to help the people that are the furthest away. Because obviously in this scenario it's great because it's your tank. But say this is the opposite way round. Say your BAP was here and where your Zarya is. He's just like, by the time that BAP's going to be able to get up, especially with the low HP that he's going to have, he's going to be dead. So you basically want to focus your beam on these people a little bit further away. You basically coming down here basically allows you to be shattered. So literally just kind of keep your positioning up here and just play up here. But it's fine. We don't kind of getting out a little bit. Really nice. Lovely. We realise he's up there. Really nice. He ends up going in quite deep. That's okay. He'll rotate back round. Ooh, okay. We don't want to super jump there, we want to do a slingshot, because obviously it's the low height and stuff like that. Really nice beam cancel. GA out. Lovely. Nice escape. The only issue that we had there was the super jump, but that's fine. Apart from that, really, really great. Ooh, okay. Let me just quickly talk about this, okay? So, this is fine, obviously leaving in here. Really, really great. I would have literally just got to him and then slingshot myself into this room here, because there's a health pack here, obviously, if you need it. And also, you can still, like, keep jiggle peeking your soldier. Now, he ends up getting, what's it called? He ends up getting, like, what's it called, thingy, that's fine. Love how you don't do a slingshot here. This is perfect. Like, really good, like, discipline by yourself, basically, by not just going out slingshotting. Because, obviously, if you like keep on going, then going, like, to slingshot and stuff like that, it could actually, because you end up kind of ending it, like, here. So you could only really kind of slingshot very much, like, to here. That Ryan could easily, by the time, obviously, the distance that he's walked from that orb to where he is pretty much the exact same distance where you are, and you're going to get yourself picked off, right? Perfect discipline of, like, staying where you are. Really, really nice. My only thing with this kind of what's it called, this rotation, you could actually rotate yourself into here instead, so you're already back with your team, rather than you kind of being split off from your team like this, okay? So just kind of realize that your team's gonna be coming back, and then we end up kind of looking. Just remember how much your res cooldown is on, and also remember where its orb is, right? You could maybe get this res off if you were quicker, but in reality, especially because you hear this sojourn go off, you essentially just have to play scared. You just have to be like, okay, I ain't res that now. Like, in this scenario, like, if you basically didn't spend so much time, like, going back up onto this high ground, you could have maybe got that off. But obviously, with the scenario now, you are not going to get this res off, because once you pop that ultimate, you do not want to peek it. So you just play back and damage boost your Zari here. We end up basically trying to go it, which ends up putting us into danger. Once Zari has to use her bubble to help you. Really nice peel for your bat. Nice. Pull the damage boost again. Really nice help with Zari again. Same thing with the super jumps again. We just want to find a different positioning rather than just super jumping up forward positioning. Damage boost here. Very nice. And yeah, BB. Okay. So, BB. Okay. Really, really strong damage boost usage, okay? Apart from, obviously, there's, like, certain little points where I feel as though when it gets a little bit intense in the team fights, you kind of, like, default to the heal beam a little bit. Try to kind of switch that around and kind of keep that blue beam as your kind of, like, main blue, like, beam, basically. But other than that, like, damage boost usage, amazing. You very much know who you should be damage boosting and when, which is really, really great to know. And I feel as though it's really weird, because, like, with your movement, at some points you seem very disciplined, and other parts you are kind of messy with your movement. Just be trying to kind of, like, polish that up and try to think to yourself, if I'm going to slingshot somewhere, if I'm going to, like, to go somewhere, you need to have a purpose with that kind of GA and be sure that it's into cover. Which kind of leans on to my next kind of big issue with you right now, is your super jumps, right? Where it's like you're constantly doing these, like, mini super jumps, it feels like quite a lot, which is really increasing the cooldown of your GAs. It just kind of, like, get out of the habit, basically, and just either keep yourself on the ground or be GAing to some kind of, like, high ground, or be GAing or slingshotting somewhere else. You never ever just want to kind of vertically bouncing, I guess, kind of thing. All right. Reses, obviously, we talked about them a lot more. I feel as though we were a lot better as well in that last bit. Valks, I feel as though Valk timing was quite good for the majority of the time. We just need to, once again, just be careful with those Valks and be sure that we are playing out of the way and out of LOS, and we're not just, what's it called, flying about and everything. But I hope that's alright, BB, and please, do let me know. Thank you so much to, as well, everyone on Twitch as well as on YouTube that have been watching. Once again, you can get your VOD views for £5 channel points. I do them on Mondays, but I also stream on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays if you guys want to come along and basically come and chill, or you come and talk to my lovely community I have over there. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all later. Bye!